and welcome back to my channel. Today I actually had a really nice person write into me called Miguel Noriega, and he wrote, Miss May, would you mind making a video about vocabulary to describe the dishes when explaining the menu, please? And of course, I would love to make a video for you. You know what? If you have any ideas that you would like me to make a video on, please just leave me a comment down below. And also today we are filming again in my kitchen. So we are gone with the green screen for the next couple videos. Hey, let me know down in the comments, do you rather have the green screen or are you all right with the kitchen? Let's talk a little bit about describing different foods. And I found a bunch of different descriptive words. Also went around and listened to hear how many of us was describing different foods. First of all, there wasn't much descriptive words in the restaurants that I went to. They would just put food down on the table and they actually wouldn't really say anything about it. Or they would set the food down on the table and they would just say the title of the food. To me, saying the title of the food or the name of the menu or whatever that they're getting is not a description. A description is something that is going to create some sort of excitement for the guests to make this total experience just like more of a big thing. And a great description also gives a lot of credit to your chef, making them seem like, woo, this was a piece of art, that they're super talented, which I know that they are anyway, but why not give that respect down to the food that they spend time making and make it a bigger thing than it actually might be. So let's take some different words and I will give my opinion on where I would use these words for, and I can highly recommend as we go through, you know what, why don't you grab that pen or paper or just, get on your phone under notes and write down some of the words that you like that we end up talking about and try to throw them out this week when you're on shift. So the first word I have is fresh. And I love fresh when we talk about vegetables because vegetables are supposed to be fresh. And I also like organic. So if you have anything organic, try to put a little bloop in there about organic. Now, a lot of us in our restaurants have food that is deep fried or, put in oil for a while and then put on a plate. And I love deep fried items because they just taste fantastic. But I know if I'm watching my weight, I am definitely going to stay away from deep fried items. Also, I know I'm not supposed to eat deep fried items. But you know what? I would never come down and explain something as deep fried. I would always explain to the guest that it was a crunchy or it was crispy. Because even if I was watching my weight, I would still possibly eat something that was crispy or a little bit crunchy. My next two words are appetizing and delectable. I would use these two when I was talking with the guests about the menu, trying to decide on maybe an appetizer or a main, something more savory, which I'm going to say would be a little bit on the salty side. I would call appetizing or delectable. I probably would not use it so much in presenting the food at the time, but more in the time when I'm trying to sell the food to the guest. My next two words is enjoyable and heavenly. And I love both these words because heavenly just sounds like, oh, that is something just the ultimate best. And enjoyable is just, I'm really going to enjoy this. Again, I think that I would use these two words when you're talking to your guests and offering them some type of food on the menu or talking about maybe your special or your favorite item, trying to upsell it a little bit. Let's go on to the word luscious. And we also have delicious and luscious. There is also a shorter word for delicious, and that is delish. And I like all these three words because you can use them in a presentation, but you can also, you can use them when you're talking to your guest about the menu card, but you can also use them in a presentation when you bring the food down to the guest. Oh, this is such a delish sauce. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Two more words. We have tempting and yummy. I like yummy personally because I would naturally use the word, this is so yummy, when I am actually, eating some of the food. So maybe it would be a great word to use in a presentation when you come down with the food. Tempting is a word that I would probably use when you're trying to sell something. This chocolate cake is just so tempting. Or did you find anything that is really tempting? I can recommend the chocolate cake. We have mouth-watering and also scrumptious. Scrumptious is a word I think that I'm going to pick up and start using because I haven't heard that word for a long time. It reminds me of a word that they used in the Willy Wonka movie or something, scrumptious. But I think scrumptious to me would be used as for some type of dessert or something that's a little bit more sweet. Also, mouth-watering sounds like something for a dessert as well. Our next two words is well-seasoned and tasty. And I like both those. That reminds me of maybe a well-seasoned steak or a well-seasoned grilled vegetable, something that was on the grill. And tasty actually can go with almost everything. However, it reminds me a little bit more of something that is salty or savory instead of something that is sweeter. So maybe a word that you would use with mains. We also have flawless, superior, and superb. Flawless, I would talk about to a dish that the kitchen took a lot of time to create. Maybe there's some edible flowers on there, or I mean, it looks like something that somebody would want to take an Instagram photo of. I could call possibly flawless. I would probably use it also when I was going to try to upsell or sell the guest on a specific dish. We also have superior or superb I would use when I had the best of something. Let's say I had the best beer in this area. I would say it is a superb beer from this area. It is the most superior fish that you could possibly get from ... And use it in this way to tell the different grade of food. So if you have some type of grade of food or drink or anything in your restaurant, try to find out if it is a really great grade. How do you do that? Go to the kitchen, be friends with them, talk to them, ask them. A lot of chefs are back there because they're super passionate about what they do. So of course they know about their products. And of course boost that up when you get down to the guests to talk about their products by using words like super or superior or organic or fresh. We also have these words fragrant or aromatic. It always reminds me in Asia, a lot of times they make something and they say, this is so fragrant. Fragrant to me means that it doesn't smell like perfume, but it has a lot of really interesting, beautiful smells and dufts coming out that just like, it smells so good. It is so beautifully fragrant. Or also aromatic. Reminds me maybe of a soup, I guess, or maybe some type of stew that you could be having. You could also call very aromatic or fragrant. My next two words are choice and appetizing. And choice reminds me, if my parents or my grandparents back in the 80s or, around then, there was kind of a fad to be like, oh, that is so choice. That's not how I'm saying to use this word, but maybe you have a choice piece of beef, which would implement that we have a really, really nice piece of beef, of course. So choice and also appetizing. Appetizing, I think you can use that word whether you're presenting food down or you can say it's a really appetizing blah, 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 blah. When you're talking about the menu card, trying to give your upsell. I would love to talk about the words that I don't really love, and the first one is good. It tastes so good. That is a little bit boring. I think that people do not come into a restaurant to buy something that is just good. Or the other word that I do not love is nice. It's so nice. And of course it depends how you say it, because if you say something like, it's so nice, you're like, wow, it must be really, really nice. But if you say it without any excitement, it's so nice. I mean, that is not something anybody wants to pay for. So make sure to always add energy. Another word with good, it's nice, it's okay. Okay, that is boring. Nobody's coming in to buy a dish that's just okay or it's all right. So make sure that you pick out some of these words that are a little bit more, here's a new one, exciting, or it's amazing, or it's so tantalizing, I love it, it's dreamy, which I would use, for example, a dessert. Hey, look up some new words, use some of these and add them into your vocabulary when you're in the restaurant, when you're either trying to upsell your guest or offer them your special, or either when you're definitely bringing down that food to the table. Make sure to give a little bit more descriptive and a little bit more excitement to get that guest that total experience that is going to be fantastic and is only created by you. Hey, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell so you get a notification every time. I wish you a wonderful week and a wonderful shift. I'm Ginny Mae, the Intergalactic Supreme Goddess of Guest Service, and I thank you so much for watching my video. Please hit the thumbs up because it really helps our channel. And if you'd like more tips and tricks on service and how to up your service game, click here. And press on my face right here to subscribe. And don't forget to ring the little bell icon so you get a notification every time I come out with a new video. Follow me on Instagram and let's go out and get amazing service.